I'm at the airport. I just dropped off. This guy's flying to Thunder Bay by way of Calgary and Winnipeg. The time is now 4:32 in the morning, and I've got $460 on. Yeah, I was busy enough. I didn't get to watch as much video or sleep as much as I would have liked to. But yeah, it was busy. I had some longer fares too, so that's what helped. And I had my generous customer as well go two ways. Yeah. So an hour and a half, the whole night will be over. Mr. Punctual will be there at 6 o'clock sharp. So I will hopefully get back into town, go to sleep for a little while, and then it will be time to fuel up and park it. With a stop at the bank, naturally. Gotta make a stop at the bank. Not much else to say this morning. Oh, I did have some weird customers. People who can't speak properly and coughing a lot. That was probably my longest trip, except for the one to the airport. They went from the welfare office, which is the steps of the welfare office is a popular place for trading in drugs. And he went out to an apartment building in the Western Communities behind a used car lot. Yeah. It was $40.80. He gave me $45 cash. Well, 4 more nights to go this week. Yippee. Okay. It's 5:09 in the morning. I'm way out of town. I just dropped off this guy at a military training installation somewhere just past Royal Bay. And yeah, he had been out on a date, and this was the end of his date. So 5:10 in the morning, and I've got about 400 on, and I'm gonna go back towards town and hit the car wash at the 6 Mile Shell, because it's Tuesday morning and I got to get the car cleaned for the owner, and I have a chiropractor's appointment after that. Yeah, gotta drop by the bank and make a deposit and fuel the car. I am tired. This was a busy night, and I found that I was sent long distances empty to go pick up people. And so I was doing a lot of driving, and I would have liked to have done more sleeping and relaxing. But that was not to be. Okay, now I'm back onto the main Machosen Road, the road out to Machosen. But I'm going back the other way. Yeah, some people were real dipshits tonight. Some people were drunk kids on a Monday night. I even had a puker. Puked on the exterior of the door, hanging their head out the window. Had to clean it. Well, now I'm going to really wash it, but I had to clean it off with, I used glass cleaner and paper towels. Yeah, I'm exhausted. You may notice I'm wearing a warmer jacket this time because the nights are starting to get cold. Right now it's 11 degrees out there, according to this thermometer on the dashboard, and I have it set at 23 in here, but it's less than that. Yeah. What else was there with this night? Oh, it's just this one guy went for a ride for 2 blocks, and he left a bottle, a glass bottle that contained a drink in it, and the drink was finished, but he left the glass bottle in the back there, back under the hatchback. And so every time I'd accelerate, it would roll back, and every time I would slow down, it would roll forward. And go around the corner, it would roll to one side, and go around the other corner the other way, it would roll the other way. What a pain. Well, I was able to get rid of it, and at one point I noticed when I was picking up the next customer that this guy had left his jacket on the back seat. So I took that over to Lost and Found, and then I was bitching and complaining about how hard they're working us. Yeah, I will not accept another call now. I'm just gonna log out right now. Leave me alone, because I'm not on the board anymore. I got 45 minutes to wash the car and get back towards town. Turn off the top light, and that is all. Exhausted am I. I'm glad the night's over. This one was stressful. Yeah, at one point they even sent me out to Brentwood Bay, to the Mill Bay ferries at Brentwood Bay. The ferry goes from Mill Bay to Brentwood Bay, to pick up a customer who was going back into town. It was a $48 fare, but first I had to get out there to get her, and luckily she was there. I didn't know it was the ferry I was supposed to go to. All I knew is that it was an address. So I tried to look for the address, and of course the address was not on any building. It was the ferry terminal. And of course there was no number on the ferry terminal as far as I could tell either. Yeah. Just glad it's over. You know where I am, right? I'm at the airport. I just dropped off. The time is now 4:40 in the morning on, would be Wednesday morning. And this was one crazy night. I had to wait a while for my first call. And then when I finally got it, it didn't go very far. And it was slow. It wasn't one right after another as usual. It was slow. I got to watch a lot of YouTube. And when I did get busy, it was being sent long distances to sometimes get someone there and sometimes not. One time I got sent to the grocery store or to the supermarket and there was nobody there. Then I got sent halfway to another part of town, or completely to another part of town, to get to a house that was dark. And our system could not connect my phone with theirs. And I waited a while outside and nobody came out. There was another one where I was sitting for about half an hour at my place where I usually hang out at Uptown, and I was sent to a place in Cordova Bay. Now Cordova Bay is a distance. As soon as I crossed a major street, it was canceled. But then I was being sent to some place I'd never heard of, some little laneway up in Gordon Head. Now I was at Quadra and the Pat Bay Highway, and it's a long way up there. This was just before 11 o'clock. And I tried calling our office and saying it's absurd that I'm being sent such a long distance to go get someone. Totally absurd. But they didn't answer the phone for like 10 minutes. And by the time the 10 minutes was up, well, I got there in about 12, 13 minutes. And I tried calling the guy, and the phone didn't work. Sorry, we can't connect you to your customer. But then I saw a light in the house go out. And I thought, oh, maybe there's still somebody here. It was miraculous because the call was an hour old. Usually, a call that's an hour old has gone already. Yep. Anyways, that one was a good fare. And then I had another one. I was being sent out to a place called Prospect Avenue, and that took 20 minutes to get to. And I finally find the house, and it's a steep driveway, and there are lights on in the house. And so I go down the steep driveway, but the phone doesn't work. Once again, sorry, we couldn't connect you to a customer. Okay, so I tried that again. I walked down to the house, and there were people talking inside the house. The lights were on. I got to the door, and when I got to the door, there was a big dog inside the door, and he started barking at me. Finally, somebody came out to the door and said to me that the people who called the cab have left already. I said, oh, really? Waste my time. I was really angry at that point. And then they tried to send me on another one. I was heading back towards town. They wanted to send me out further from town. Another 20-minute drive, even further away. And it said, this trip has multiple destinations, multiple stops. And I thought, well, even so, okay. And then it said, I have a dog. Customer message to driver, I have a dog. Okay, fine. I gave that trip back, right back to the system. No way I was going to take a dog. Especially if it's a long trip and has multiple drop-offs. Then when I got back to my spot, I just got to my spot, I was going to watch another video, then I got a call just a couple blocks away. And And that guy went all the way out to Albert Head for $45. So then I got back to my spot. I started watching some video again. And I fell asleep watching video. I must have been sleeping deeply because for some reason I was on a penalty. I was probably on a penalty because I didn't interact with the terminal or with the pad, because if you don't interact with the pad for half an hour, it kicks you off. Yeah, fun. So what else? This last one went to the airport. I was being the dispatcher called me on the phone and asked me if I want to do a trip up in Gordon Head. I said, Gordon Head? I don't want to go to Gordon Head. But if that's what you got for me, okay. Then another one came up, and I said, what's this one on Steel Street? And she said, oh, which one do you want to do? I said, well, where's that one going? She says, I'll take it away from you. I'll give you the other one. And she says, which one's closer? I said, Steel Street. Oh. And she says, oh, and it's going to the airport. Okay, I'll give you Steel Street. And that's the one that went to the airport. I think I got $62 for that one. So I got $260 for the whole night. Because there was some quiet times and there was a lot of running around for nothing. I was livid. I was proper blazing. But now after I had a nap and I had a good trip, I'm thankful. 2 more nights to go this week. Got about 380 on now. The time is 3:50 in the morning, so I still have 2 hours left to go of my shift. And I've got about 380 on. So I'm doing okay. The night was hectic and stupid and crazy before 11 o'clock. It was just ridiculous how it had me going like a ping pong ball all over town. And for a while there, I wasn't getting away from anywhere because it was sending me in one direction. And when I was almost to the destination to pick up the customer, I got canceled and I got sent back the other way, and more in a greater distance than from when I had started there. And they just had me running all over the place, and then getting canceled, and then it was just very, very hectic and very ridiculous. But then I was able to go for a nap between about 11 and 12, and then after I woke up from my nap, things were a lot better. Things were a lot smoother and easier going and not as stressful. So now I had to run to the airport, and I might be able to have another one, because especially in the morning hours like this, we are short-staffed. We don't have enough cars in the morning because a lot of the night guys, or some of the night guys, go home early, and the day shift guys don't come out yet. The day shift guys used to come out a lot earlier, but they don't anymore. Oh, I'm perpetually tired. Tired again. So I'm gonna get back into town and maybe get another fare or two. Maybe watch another video or two. Maybe fall asleep for a little while. That'd be nice. One more night to go this week after this one. No sooner did I turn off the camera on that last segment, I was sent right back to the airport terminal to pick up the same customer that I brought out here. We had to go back to his place in town to pick up his passport. Originally it was a $50.60 fare, He gave me $60.60 for the first fare. The second one was $102.60 or something like that. He gave me $112.60. All on the credit card, of course. But that was an easy way to make an extra $112. Yeah, I needed that. So now, for the second time this morning, got one more night to go. The time is now 5:47 a.m. It is Friday morning. I had a more relaxing than usual night. It was a little bit slower than usual. I ended up going to sleep once, maybe twice, during the middle of the night, like around midnight or so. And I got about 270 on. I didn't have any really long trips. Most of the trips were shorter on average because I've done 27 trips. I got 270 on. So yeah, average of $10. That's nothing spectacular. Average of $10 is a low average. So now I was being given another trip, but I rejected it. It's like, if I'm going to do another trip, it's going to be past 6 o'clock. And I don't want to be out here that long. I just want to, now I'm done. I'm tired. I've been out here the whole night. My weekend begins as soon as I park this thing and add up all the charges. Oh, look at all these guys. There's 4 blue taxis waiting. And 1 yellow taxi waiting in front of the Empress Hotel. And if I was still on the board, I wouldn't be sitting anywhere. I would be working. Because in the morning hours like this, we are busy. In fact, they were trying to send me on another trip when I said, no, I've had enough. I'm done. I'm done. It's finished. It's over. I am going to fuel up and go home. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've had quite enough. And I'm hungry. And I just want to go home and start to relax. Because I have not relaxed all week. Well, tonight I relaxed a little bit. There were some times where I was just watching videos and just relaxing in a parking lot and falling asleep doing that. Yeah. I got caught up on YouTube. I think there's maybe 2 videos that I haven't watched yet. Okay, I don't watch the live streams that were recorded in the last couple days. I generally don't watch live streams because I'm never there when they are happening, when they are live. Yeah. And in the whiskey community, there are lots of live streams. But I don't watch them. Yeah, you know, if something is like more than half an hour, it's really a little much for me. There's 1 or 2 channels that I will watch a video of that's more than half an hour. And one of those is Cold War Motors. I will watch Cold War Motors. And I will watch. Yeah. I will watch a couple other channels maybe, but especially if it's Whiskey Tube videos or Whiskey Tube live presentations that happened already, live streams that happened already, and they're they're like an hour or more, or even more than half an hour. It's really difficult for me to watch it. It's already happened. I don't have time to sit down and watch something for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I don't watch movies much because they are that long. Yeah. Short videos. Half an hour or less. That's about my speed. So hopefully I can stay under half an hour with this one. And I think I've done so. Anyway, I am tired. I am exhausted. I have been entertaining the thought of going to 3-day weekends, working 4 nights instead of 5, because the 5, at the pace things are going now, even though I may occasionally have a slow night, I'm hoping that the nights slow down in general, so I'm not running around like a chicken with his head cut off, because that's what it was a couple of nights this week. No, 3 nights this week. So I only did 270 this night. And I don't mind having nights like that. I really don't mind. It doesn't bother me. Rather than having a $500 night where you're killing yourself. And then you die of a heart attack. What's the point of that? So you make $500 a night. It's not worth it. Hope yours is better than mine.